Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. You are at Occupy Zero, and my name is Lewis, and I'm the person who's trying to lead this crazy adventure into protest coming this Thanksgiving. I wanted to make a short video today, just kind of telling you what the protest is about and why I'm trying to form it this way and have other people form it for themselves. The protest itself goes from midnight of Thanksgiving, because I don't want to cut out anybody's Thanksgiving dinner, right? You can have Thanksgiving dinner, not a problem. At midnight is when we shut everything off. And we keep it off until the following Monday at midnight on Cyber Monday. So from midnight on Thanksgiving to midnight on Monday, Cyber Monday, which is 4 days, we're going to drop out of the system. I mean, in every conceivable way, shape, and form. My mother actually brought up some good points about it. What does doing nothing look like? Because people are going to have different opinions on what doing nothing is. The point of this protest is to disengage from the system, to disengage from the banking system, to disengage from the economic system, to disengage from advertisers, to disengage from retailers. In other words, every minute of your day since the day you were born has a number. And in Europe, I saw an interview with a guy who claimed to work with the Illuminati. They actually put a dollar value on your head when you're born. And in Europe, it's 500,000 euros. And what does that 500,000 euros represent? That represents the wealth that you're going to create by your labor in your lifetime, is what they, average it out to 500,000 euros. In the United States, what would that be? $600,000? $600,000 for your working life. And you're a slave in the system, because debt is slavery. As soon as you're in debt to somebody, you don't have a choice to work. You have to work. And in a capitalist society, if you want to eat, you have to work. There's no choice in this matter. There's no, the land is gone. We can't go out to the land and grow things and have farms, and the land is all sold. And the same thing is true with public land. All the public land is taken. Every square inch of this country is taken by somebody else at this point. Even if you own property in this country, it's not yours. If you don't pay property taxes, your property will be repossessed by the bank. So again, banks control everything. And banks were the ones who crashed the economy in 2008. And now they're starting to do the same things again. I mean, I tell people that Wall Street is a casino, and they don't believe me. And then I read an article about, GameStop, and how these Reddit people actually cited a revolt and went after the I guess they're called short sellers. I'm not sure of the terminology here, but basically you could bet on a stock going up, or you could bet on a stock going down. And depending on whether your bet is correct, you're going to make money or not. That's gambling. That is literally gambling. That is the definition of gambling, is risking your money in the hopes of getting a reward without being guaranteed that you're going. That kind of betting is probably acceptable in a lot of areas. But when it comes to the economy, and when it comes to the fact that our government is completely married to the economy, I don't want people throwing dice, to try and decide what the right thing to do is, right? I keep complaining. Capitalism has only one value. Oh, and I should say for the record, I'm not anti-entrepreneurship. I'm not anti-free market. I believe people should be free and should be allowed to conduct business as they see fit. I believe that the market should be free and should be fair. And we don't get that under capitalism. We don't get it under capitalism. Capitalism is ruled by the ruling class, and the very, very few at the very, very, very top. That is what capitalism is. To capitalize on something there's two words. There's two definitions to the word capitalize. One, which all the economic people will give you, is to capitalize is to invest money in something. But there's another definition of to capitalize that's more insidious than that definition. And that definition says that when you capitalize on something, you're turning something to your own advantage. I want you to really hear that. When you capitalize on something, you're turning the results to your own advantage at the expense of others. This is one of the reasons I have a problem with capitalist ruling. The other problem I have with capitalist ruling is that we didn't elect them. We didn't elect them. And the fact that they're making the calls that are determining what direction our civilization goes in, they should at least have the permission of the people who live underneath them to do so. And they don't. And all of our politicians are bought by these power brokers. They don't have any choice. They don't have any choice in which way to vote. A lot of the times, corporations write the laws and then just hand it to Congress and hand it to the Senate and put your rubber stamp on it, and congratulations, it's now law. With no debate, no dialogue, no review by the average American person, and we have no recourse. We have absolutely no recourse. At least in Washington State, where I live, we have an initiative system, and there's a similar system in California and other states around the country, where if the citizens disagree with or don't like some policy that the government passes, we can put together an initiative. We can get enough signatures on that initiative to put it on the ballot. We can get it put into a voter's pamphlet that tells the people exactly what the law is, word for word, as well as pros for the law and cons against the law. And we get to make our decision on whether we approve it or not. This is how marijuana got legalized in Washington State. And it's been fantastic since then. All the fears of all the bad stuff happening, that all the anti-drug war people said was going to happen, none of it materialized. And in fact, everything that we activists have been saying for the last 40 years is true. As soon as you start taxing drugs, guess what? You're going to make a boatload of money. And they did. Now our governor says that if anybody tries to come into our state and disrupt our legal marijuana trade, he will fight it vigorously. It's always about the money. And that's the point. It's always about the money. The only thing that counts is the bottom line. The only thing that counts is the profit margin. That's all that counts. All that counts under consumer capitalism is people's complete engagement in the system. And you are engaged 24/7, 365 if you use a cell phone, watch a television, or participate in buying and selling of products and services. You are participating. You are saying that it's okay for those corporations to come in and destroy our lives because we get to have some neat gadgets. That's what this protest is about. We're going to shut it down. We're going to shut it all down, and we're going to shut it down for 4 days. If you want to be part of something, this is the one to be a part of, because this has always been an economic issue and not a political issue, because economics controls politics. As soon as you understand that, you understand that we've been protesting to the wrong people. We've been protesting to the government. That's the wrong people. The people we do need to be protesting against are the big businessmen, bankers, and billionaires. If you want to express how dissatisfied you are with the system, just join our protest. You have to do nothing. And what does doing nothing means? It means shutting everything off for 4 days. I would recommend buying some books ahead of time so that you have something to read, maybe educate yourself while you're dropping out of the system for 4 days. If you're an artist, maybe you could paint something. If you're a writer, maybe you could write something. The only thing you have to not do is generate economic activity. which means if you play video games, if the video game can be played offline without interacting with another server, fine, go ahead and play it. If you have to log into another server where you're transmitting information potentially to advertisers, shut it down. That means no games, guys. That means no Call of Duty. That means nothing for 4 days. Can you do it? I'm throwing this out as a challenge. I'm a person who lives on the internet. I live by my computers. And I'm gonna go offline for 4 days. It's gonna be tougher for me than probably for most of you out there. The one thing that I don't have is a cell phone addiction. I made a commitment when I bought a cell phone that I will answer calls when I damn well please. You know, just because you call me on my cell phone doesn't mean you're gonna get me. Just because you text me doesn't mean you're gonna get me. I run things on my schedule. You know, if other people don't want to do that, that's fine. So I'm going to wrap this up because we're at 11 minutes and 5 seconds, and I'm trying to keep these to 10 minutes. Doing nothing, if enough of us do it together, will get a result. I can't guarantee what that result will be, but we will get a result. And the only thing that I'm asking people is not only to participate in this protest, but to actually take the links, occupy0.org or occupy0.com has all the links to everything. So, I mean, I can't make it any simpler than putting it all in one centralized location, a location that is not being policed by Facebook or Google. It's an independent website, and I'm going to run it like an independent website. I hope that people decide to sign up for comments and decide to get involved in this. This is only day 5 of actually having stuff online. It's taken me about a week to get everything up and running. So yeah, I'm just going to wrap it up here. Think about it. Think about it. Your day is metered out minute by minute by minute. And in every one of those minutes, somebody somewhere is making money off you. And until that situation changes, you know, we're going to live under rule by corporate decree. And that's what we've got. So once again, folks, bypass the politicians, bypass all the other protests. Do whatever you are doing out there. That's great. If you're protesting, fantastic. If you're writing letters, fantastic. If you're getting a hold of your elected officials, fantastic. Whatever it is that you think you need to be doing for the Occupy movement, which is what this is a part of, is the Occupy movement, then go for it. You know, that's what I say, is go for it. So I'm going to end this now. Thank you for listening, and more is coming. A lot more. Thank you. Bye-bye.